You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
I'm doing great, Liam. It is time to go racing once again here at the Nashville Super Speedway here. I mean, here's the thing. Racing in the open lobbies here over the past week, I've learned that you really gotta back these corners up and be easy on the gas. That's what you gotta do. Be easy on the gas. You gotta use some brake in these cars. If not, you're just not gonna have a fun time racing around this racetrack. Yeah, it was no. I love race control. It, yeah, look, it's like lost luggage at the airport. Going to lap number 50 already. Jacob Malone gets out to their early lead, and here comes Nathan Finnegan on the inside, and this is what I'm talking about right here. They're going to go fanning out, going 3 wide, and look out. There's a cold front on the inside of that number 39 car in the name of Adam Ball.
All right, and once again, we do apologize. I'm working with a brand new microphone here, and well, we've got ourselves a battle for the lead as Jacob Malone and Nathan Finnegan are side by side, dead even, coming up off of turn number 2. Malone trying to take the lead from the second starting spot, but these guys really not letting either one get any sort of advantage, not even an inch or two.
Yeah, Nathan Finnegan joined me up here in the booth last week as in stage 1. Here he is on the driver's seat tonight, and maybe that confidence, maybe watching it from our side of him, has really helped him in the race car. The shit these guys are going through, and side by side, Goodyear to Goodyear, down the back straightaway.
My goodness, look at how close these guys are, especially as they run through the corners. Let's see if we can get an overhead shot of what these guys have going on. Side by side, they're still able to drive away from Jake Rowell, who's sitting in third. We've got ourselves a three-way battle for fourth place involving Patrick Colby, Adam Ball, moving to the outside of the current fourth place driver, Jacob Smith. Although Adam Ball running high, he's going to get himself a nice run. Smith slides up a little bit off the corner. The outside's going to have a run. The inside's going to have a run. He's suddenly finding himself getting split. That's Jacob Smith there in the middle. Oh, almost contact between him and Colby right there. So come up off of turn number 4. Everything clean and green. 5 laps complete, or 5 laps in here to stage number 1.
Yeah, exactly. Doing the online in the public realm. Whoa. Hello. Matt Everett's there in the 5 car. And that is the 88 car of Chris Camburn, who made the evasive move. But Liam, going back to my point here, is I've learned that you got to use some braking in these cup cars here, getting around this racetrack. And really, I mean, you think concrete, the tires aren't going to wear the same way. So, I mean, you're pretty much driving on a cheese grater.
Yeah, I know you've walked on a sidewalk and maybe you've tripped on it, skinned your knee. You know that can tear up some skin. Imagine what it's going to do to the rubber of these tires when you put the force of 180 miles an hour, 130 through the middle of this corner as we look at this battle for the lead. Continuing on, Finnegan gets himself a run on the inside. Malone trying to stay with him. Jake Rowell is seeing this from behind, and he is absolutely loving this.
Oh, they made contact. I think Jake Rowell has the best seat in the house.
The only better seat is ours, and that's because we get to change cameras. But for right now, this is the best view of what's going on in front of them. These guys have not let one another go. They've been side by side since the drop of the green flag, and that honestly, that takes a lot of grit, that takes a lot of gut, but it takes a lot of tires this early in the race. I'd be curious to see if these guys are going to start falling back a little bit later.
Yeah, here we are working lap number 8, and these guys are still just battling it out, duking it out, throwing haymakers. No one getting away too fast. Nathan Finnegan, I mean, look, they're giving each other a lot of room here.
Oh, trouble turn 3. Caution's going to come out for the first time here today. I believe that might have involved Kevin Gunther, but... Right on board with the 31, see what he sees. Oh, he got hit by Shane Cochran.
Ooh.
See this down the back. Shane kind of pokes to the inside, and I think the 31 just slowed up a little bit sooner than Shane was expecting, and a little bit of contact there. Nothing too bad for Kevin.
Yeah, nothing too bad there for Shane either.
But as we look front and forward, everybody's pitting except for Jake Rowell and Jacob Smith. Now you should be able to make it to the end of the stage on fuel from here. It's going to be close if you can make it back to pit road after that, but anticipating maybe another caution, these guys are going to come in, get a little bit of extra fuel so that they can make it to the end of the stage. Nobody took tires there. The longest pit stop in pit lane, and that's including Kevin Gunther, was 7.85. So no tires taken by anybody, just to top off to try to make it to the end of stage 1. Jake Rowell and Jacob Smith going to inherit this front row. Not enough fuel to make it to the end, but maybe cautions fall their way.
Yes, we are all single filed out here under this pace lap. And, you know, that two vastly different racing surfaces from what we saw Monday night here in Charlotte to here. Oh, Jacob Smith gonna pull the old whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I think he's just playing around there.
Yeah. But hey, while you're here, I want to thank everybody for joining me up here in the booth last week at Charlotte. And Liam, I know you had adventures out of town, and
yeah,
well,
I spent that day in Chicago. On my way home from Indianapolis, stopped at a White Sox game. Glorious ballpark, beautiful ballpark, great people to talk to. The Twins were playing there, and I talked to plenty of White Sox fans who saw me in my Twins jersey. And even though the White Sox were winning, they were still very gracious to talk to me about how cool my team was too. And I'm like, we're all right, but no, it was super cool. And then I, went to the kind of touristy spots. Saw the beans, saw the towers, saw went to Lake Michigan.
yeah, very cool. But nonetheless, we got 50 laps of business to take care of here as we get ready to go back green flag racing for stage number 1. On our way to lap number 50 to end stage 1. And once again, I want to thank Nathan Finnegan for joining me up here in the booth for stage 1 last week. But Liam, the gang is all back together. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing.
Yeah, I was sad to miss Icon Racing last week. I don't have to miss it this week, and we've got a restart coming our way into the Geico Restart Zone. It's Echo Park at this racetrack. Green flag is out. We are racing once again. 39 laps to go in stage number 1.
Working lap 12 of 50 here. Nathan Finnegan back there in that second position. Jake Rowell gets a good jump there. And the rest of the field's going to be side by side.
This almost looks to be the first green flag laps that Malone and Finnegan are not side by side, although Jacob Smith really getting Finnegan pitched down to the bottom of the racetrack. The 6 car gets loose, and here comes Malone looking back up to the outside, trying to take away 3rd place. Meanwhile, the 4 trying to figure out which way is the better way to block because he's got 2 fast cars right on his rear bumper. Up the racetrack goes the 4. Finnegan able to get down to the bottom. Uses the 4 as a pick for Malone, and Malone goes up to the top side of the racetrack to try to make this a 3-wide battle.
And here comes the cold front there. Adam Ball in the 19 car. He is trying to use Hurricane Force driving skills to make this a 4-car battle.
Oh, Finnegan on the bottom gets a little bit loose again on the inside of Smith. Malone going to try to take advantage by closing in on the back bumper, but there's just not enough space to make a move to the inside of the 6. He might try it anyways. Finnegan gets himself a nice arc, but slides up the racetrack just a little bit. All of this happening behind Jake Rowell, who's out to a 1.1 second lead.
Yeah, third of the way through that 50-lap run for stage 1. And it's already a second over Nathan Finnegan. Meanwhile, there's those two. Meanwhile, Adam Ball is trying to turn that into a 3-car race. Jake Rowell there. I love that paint scheme, that 39 car. He's representing Daytona and the upcoming Coke 0400.
Yeah, super cool paint scheme on there. The Orion Newman 39 as well. Representing the Coke 0400, which we all know is one of the best parties in the summer. Right before the chase starts, your last chance to try to gain points. And well, for some of these leagues, it's still a playoff, so it might be your last chance to get into the playoff. But I'll tell you what, right now Jake Rowell looks really strong. He's out in front of Nathan Finnegan, running a couple of hundredths a lap quicker than the driver who was dominant. Jacob Malone in 3rd. Let's actually take a look at our lap leaders, because I know those guys were trading the lead back and forth. Wrong one. Gotta move the Rowdy logo. We're just gonna move it though. We're not gonna take it away. Because Rowdy is here forever.
Yeah, Rowdy. We're forever Rowdy.
So Nathan Finnegan actually led 8 times at the line throughout the 9 times that those guys crossed it side by side. Jacob Malone only led 1 time across the start-finish line. Jake Rowell has now led the most laps so far with 9 after that restart and after staying out. Clean air seems to be the way that you want to go here early on in Nashville. things might change a little bit when that heat comes off of the track, when the sun goes down. But right now, Alan, it really looks like clean air is a game changer.
Yeah, clean air is king around here. They say cash is king, but right now clean air is king, and
Clean air is
Justin
cash.
Bissonette in a 06 car. What's that?
I said clean air is cash.
And cash is king.
Sorry, Alan, you were talking about this battle here?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, Justin Bissonette on the inside of Jacob Smith. And you got Bentley Glazer and Jeff Dillon wanting to be a part of this battle too. As Justin Bissonette gonna clear the 4 car. And, you know, I look at it this way. You're going to spend the first 50 laps just riding around, logging laps, getting a feel for that race car. And then then you're going to spend another 50, you know, once again, dealing out your race car. The action, the intensity is going to build back up there, and you're going to just be on rails. I mean, it's all about patience. These cars close in a hurry. We talk about closing rates all the time. As we got a battle brewing here, we're gonna
trouble! Front straightaway. We got problems.
No,
Matt Everett goes around down the front straightaway. The caution's going to come out. Somebody else through the grass. It looks like Mike Grinnell. Matt Everett goes around, coming up off of turn number 4. There was some contact involved as well. Brock Hersey, he's got some front end damage in that 24 as well. So at least 3 cars affected by this incident on the front straightaway. Oh, Camburn got into Everett's a little bit. Gunther got a piece of it. It looks like Hersey might have just checked up and lost the rear of the car.
Up break for Brock Hersey there in that 24 car.
Yeah, there's the crash there. And yeah, he just locked it up. The thing was pointed to the right, and all the tires started to lose grip. Not much he can do there, but he's going to have to come in and get some of that looked at, because that is not going to be a happy handling race car.
No, absolutely not. But Liam, while we got a break in the action here, we're talking about Tizio's Designs.
Oh, we love Tizio Designs.
And what they are is their stands for your diecast. So if you got diecasts, reach out to Anthony Tizio and let him know that we sent you, and get those diecasts displayed with Tizio's Designs. Another organization I want to talk about, you know, even though we lost Kyle Busch, is the Bundle of Joy Foundation.
Yeah, we would definitely encourage you guys. I mean, I know there's a lot of us in the racing community that just feel, you know, the sense of loss and like there's nothing we can do about it. But I think something that we can do is to just kind of go and check out their website, the Bundle of Joy Fund, and I mean, if you can donate, that's great. But if not, you know, just kind of educate yourself on what they do and how they help people, because you never know who's going to be in need of help in that area. So, you know, it could realistically affect any one of us. You know, you just never know. So keep yourself informed. Do a little bit of research. Check out that website, and yeah. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in here live on YouTube. If you are tuning in on YouTube and not having Amazon Prime on your other window, I would just like to let you know, cars are on the racetrack in the Cup Series. We won't spoil the race as it happens. However, we will let you know that the race is starting very shortly.
I'm kind of wondering, Liam, right when we get back to green, Who's going to end stage 1 first? Us or the actual race?
Oh, definitely us. We've got much less laps in our first stage. They're probably running 80 in their first stage. We've already got 25 of them done. So we'll see what we got here. Jake Rowell gonna lead us down once again. He's got Finnegan to his outside. Remember last restart he was able to get away to a good jump, but that was because he had the 4 car to his outside. 4 of Jacob Smith has already fallen back to 9th place. Pace truck makes that hard left turn, coming to end the second caution. Green flag in the air, strong restart from the inside lane. He's going to get away, and look who tries to get side by side with Nathan Finnegan. It's Jacob Malone looking down to the inside. Adam Ball just behind. Finnegan really does not want to let Malone get in front of him.
Absolutely not. And here comes Nathan Finnegan on the outside. He's going to pull the power move. You know, that's the other thing I learned too, Liam. We're going to learn things tonight about this racetrack. There is an outside groove there. If you can hit it just right, you're gonna be fast.
Oh yeah, that second lane I think is honestly the perfect lane to be running in. And as we move forward in this race, I can see it moving up. Even look at Bentley Glazer up on the outside, trying to make some things happen. Now Matt Everett's way up on the outside in the back. Then Scott Tompkins rocking his Firebird paint scheme.
Well, just a little over halfway through stage number 1. And it is all Jacob Rowell all day long.
And I tell you what, Alan, about 10 guys just ran their fastest laps of the race. Nathan Finnegan in second place included. Jacob Malone, Adam Ball, Travis Gilbert, Patrick Colby, Jacob Smith, Jake Christenberry, Zachary King, Kevin Bankert, Jay Hamby, Chris Camburn, and Mike Grinnell all just ran their fastest laps of the race here on lap number 27.
And now Nathan Finnegan trying to run down your leader, Jake Rowell. Jake Rowell, you know, I feel like he starts these races off pretty good, but then he just can't buy bad luck towards the end of these things.
They say no luck is better than bad luck, and you don't want to be somebody who's caught by that bad luck genie.
I mean, do you still get 3 wishes?
I wouldn't trust him from the bad luck genie. Wish for $1 million, you'll get 1 million deer trampling you.
That's fair.
Yeah. You say, I want to be attractive to everybody on the planet, you're just going to become the planet, so gravity attracts everybody to you. You know, it's going to be one of those... I can't even think of the word for it. Oxymoron type of situations. But we're not talking about bad luck genies in a bottle. We're talking about Nashville racing here, and we're looking at Travis Gilbert in the 3. Not the usual 3 that he runs. That leads me to believe I've got to do something there.
We got 21 laps here in stage number 1. Rowell, Finnegan, Malone, your top 3. Travis Gilbert, who's always fast no matter where he goes.
Yeah, usually rocking that vet to track paint scheme too, and the number 3, not, there it is. Well, Alan, it just goes to show you can never be too prepared. Tried to make sure I had all the paint schemes re-downloaded from Trading Paints, but guess I didn't have them all.
That's okay.
Yeah, Travis Gilbert's beautiful vet to track car is now visible to the public. He's currently running in 4th, up 15 spots in that thing.
Yeah, speaking of vet to track, you know, that's one organization that Travis Gilbert is very, very passionate about, and whether he's having a good day or a bad day, he's racing for those guys, and carrying up 15 spots in the 4th position, and definitely in the stage points.
I think one of the cool things about Vet to Track is, you know, they give a lot of opportunities to veterans in all sorts of different fields that, you know, they might not have regular means to apply to, but their skill sets and backgrounds would allow them to be successful in these jobs. And Vet to Track is exceptional at finding racing opportunities for these veterans to, you know, really apply themselves and make a good transition back into the civilian world. It's a really cool deal that they got, and definitely check out vet2track.com to learn more there. Scott Tompkins, another guy who's moving up through the field. He's side by side with Jacob Smith right now. You see them going through 3 and 4, the 45 up on the outside. Running static cams for the moment, but they're still dead even across the line. Oh, Jacob got a little loose down the front straightaway. Bentley's going to be able to get to his outside.
Static cams, mixed cams, any kind of cam, it doesn't matter. Negative cam.
Cam Shaft, Cam Burr, Cam Newton. We got them all.
We got all kinds of them.
Bentley Glazer side by side here with Jacob Smith. Less than 15 laps to go here in stage number 1. Points on the line for everybody in the top 10 right now. That ends with Justin Bissonnette.
And there's that Justin Bissonnette car, the 06. He's got Jacob Smith right in front of him, solidly in the top 10 as we are 14 laps to go in stage number 1. And Liam, when I asked you if we was going to beat the real world race, I think you're right, because we are still under pace laps in the on the Prime Video.
Yeah, like I said, if you guys are tuning in here and you're somehow not tuned in on Prime Video to watch the real race, of course, we want you to stay here. We want you to watch this entire Icon race because these guys are putting on incredible racing, and there's really not going to be a lot of lulls in this action here at Nashville on Iracing. However, it is our due diligence, we're all NASCAR fans, to let you know that the race is about to get started. They just did the whole pit lane thing, so I would say probably 1 degree next time.
Yep.
Anthony Tizio jumping up in here saying, let's go, Jake. Nice looking car up front there, and if I had to guess, I would say that young Anthony might have something to do with that design.
Yeah, one of the things we're going to have to get Anthony Tizio up here just so we can talk about the Tizio's designs.
Definitely. Still trying to get a couple of displays. Got my Kurt Busch Daytona 500 win car. Want to get that in a little box.
Well, I
got a bunch of 164s that I acquired from a friend too, so I wonder if he's got something like... I don't know. I'll just have to check out the website there, and maybe they're Etsy.
He would love for one of it. He'd probably love for you to do a product review.
We could make it happen. Looking at Kristen Berry, still trying to get around Justin Bissonnette. He's not able to, and now Zachary King moves down to the inside to try to take away 11th place. These guys know they're coming up to the final 10 laps of this stage, and they are racing for the final few stage points. Bissonnette, seeing these guys get a little squirrely behind him, though, is really enjoying that in his rearview mirror as he tries to settle in for these final 10 circuits of stage number 1.
Zachary King, his Mama King should be in the YouTube.com live chat. If she isn't, I know she's rooting on Zachary King from afar.
Jeff Dillon had a run coming up off of 2, looked out of the inside. King blocked it a bit, compromised his entry, and he had to really let off on entry. That's a way to do it, Alan. You might not be able to block the move entirely, but you can shove a guy down lower than he wants to go. The only thing is that if you do that late in the race, he's a lot less likely to lift when he gets close to you.
Yeah, definitely. As we are 9 laps to go in stage number 1. Everybody jockeying for position, trying to get to that 10th position. They're trying to get where Justin Bissonette is. Because that's stage points right there. That means points. So right around there, Chris Camber in the 88 car and the Red Bull ride there. And, well, he's... You know, the last time we saw a Red Bull car in the Icon Cup Series or in the World War NASCAR, it was whenever they had Team Red Bull.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see them back. Bissonette now putting a lot of pressure. Oh, man, he gets wide there, gets up into the wall. I was just saying, putting a lot of pressure there on Smith, but he gets the wall, and now Christenberry going to be able to move to his outside. Here comes Justin back on the inside, fighting hard. He drives it in deep, going to try to hold it down on the bottom. Gets a nice center, but I think that run from the 33 up top is going to be enough to get cleared. Yes, it is.
Jake Christenberry there in that top 10 spot in the 33 car. Gets ahead of Justin Bissonette, doing exactly what he needs to do with a half dozen left to go.
Just over a handful of laps left, and Jake Rowell still out front. He's coming into pit, though, because everybody else, except for Jake Rowell and Jacob Smith, came in on that lap number 9 caution. These guys stayed out, tried to risk it. 39 comes into the pits with just a couple of laps left to go in the stage. Nathan Finnegan going to take over the race lead.
And Nathan Finnegan with 5 laps to go, looking to get another stage win. And one driver we don't see in the field tonight is Brian Smith. Brian Smith, I believe, is on vacation this week.
Yeah, it gives these guys a little bit of reprieve. Your points leader takes a little break.
Well, we were talking about this last week. And, you know, in the short track days, if you win too much, they put a bounty on you.
Oh, yeah.
Or you know, you do the back row challenge, or they force you to start in the back.
Kind of like we had well, didn't intentionally do it, but kind of like Daniel Falkingham set himself up for on the Old Glory 500. He, you know, he saw we had the hard charger bonus and a halfway lap leader bonus. He said, all right, I'm going to start in last, lead by halfway, and win the race. And that's exactly what he did.
And I believe by popular demand, they're wanting you to put on another race. So,
yeah, we're going to have to get that together soon. Maybe keep some eyes out in the next couple of weeks. We'll try to throw together something fun. Maybe a Michigan-type race. Those are always fun.
Can you imagine Indy cars at Michigan? I mean, I know Cart was there for all those years, but
it used to be amazing. But I think with the way that the cars are now, it's just
it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it's just gonna be pack racing, and we can have remnants of pack racing, but we cannot have proper pack racing in IndyCar. I think we've learned that enough.
Well, one person that isn't doing pack racing right now, that's Nathan Finnegan. He has 1 to go in stage number 1. Down the back straightaway for the final time here as we have reached lap 50. Now the 10th car in line will trip to caution. So after Nathan Finnegan crosses the line, the 10th car, which should be Justin Bissonette, he's going to trip to caution. Down off turn number 4 for the final time here in stage number 1. It's going to be Nathan Finnegan, Jacob Malone, and Travis Gilbert. And there we go. There's the caution.
Oh, whoa, we got problems off of turn 4 with Justin Bissonette and Jake Christenberry getting together.
Ouch.
Oh, Justin went in there. He got him. He went in there. He got him. Gave him a little bump. I don't think the 33 is going to be too happy about that. Try to get that final stage point. Now we're going to have the first opportunity for everybody to come in and take tires. Jake Ruel's going to get the free pass. See who comes in. I would imagine everybody coming in for 4 tires of fuel.
Yeah, and then there's going to be one of the stages where you're not going to want to take any tires at all, but nonetheless, here comes the field down pit road.
Nathan Finnegan, your pole sitter with that first pit box. That is a huge advantage at a track like this.
Especially when you get done changing to 4 tires, just drop the clutch and take off.
Exactly what he did right there. Nathan Finnegan wins the race off of pit road. As everybody on the lead lap comes in. Jake Ruel just got his free pass. He's coming in now. Again, going to have to restart at the tail of the field. But on the lead lap nonetheless. These guys catch back up to the safety truck. Believe we'll be getting the 1 to green this time by for stage number 2. 53 laps complete this time. So it's going to be a little bit closer on fuel. These guys might have the opportunity to try to save a little bit.
We're getting ready to go back to green flag. The lights are out on the iRacing.com Chevy Silverado, and well, this looks like the start of the race.
Alan, this doesn't happen very often, but you are the most experienced Nashville driver in the booth. What kind of challenges are these guys facing? They've had themselves a nice long run. Now they've got another opportunity to attack. What are these guys going to be looking for on this restart?
Well, your first 10 to 15 laps, you're going to feel like Superman out there on fresh Goodyear Eagles with that tank of Go Fast. But as this run starts to go, it's how hard you want to drive that race car. You know, like I said, you're going to feel like Superman. You're on fresh tires as we get ready to go back to green flag racing here. So, and then once you get past that 15 lap mark, then you're really going to start backing these corners up. And that's what these guys are getting oh so good at. Also, remember that closing gap, that closing rate that you're going to close in. As we go back to green flag racing, Nathan Finnegan out to the early lead. And you're going to have to use a little bit of brake. Not so much shift. You can get around here fifth gear only. But you're definitely going to wait on entry or exit, corner exit to get back on the gas.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Nathan Finnegan gets away with the lead. Malone about 2/10 behind him. A lot of side-by-side action in this race, though. See Smith and Ball there. Bentley Glazer and Zachary King side-by-side coming up off of turn 4.
Now we're 2x2. There's Adam Ball in cold front, bringing Hurricane Force winds to the inside of that number 45 car. That's Scott Tompkins.
Got Scott looking pretty good in that 45. He's up 15 spots from where he started, but Zachary King is our biggest mover at the moment. He's up 17 from where he started. Looking to the outside of Ball right now. He's going to get himself a nice run, but Glazer's going to slide it in and make a little bit of contact. Almost made contact there. It was possible they avoided it, but that was about as close as you can get without hitting.
Absolutely. And, you know, right now, as we sit here and watch this great battle, Nathan Finnegan sitting high, wide, and handsome with a half-second lead over Jacob Malone up there in the lead. We are
Fastest lap
watching
of the
this.
race there, too, for Malone. He went 29.65.
He's closing in.
Kevin Banker with a problem. Big
Oh,
trouble.
no.
Jake Christenberry, hand over fist, drifts through it. We haven't seen the caution yet. Kevin jumps to the pits. Still green. What a drive by hand over fist, who's around down the back straightaway.
Oh, no. Those tires are
Unfortunate.
definitely.
I'm not sure why that wasn't a yellow flag. But we're gonna stay green for the time being. I guess Iracing didn't see anybody on the track all the way around or something. But hand over fist, staying low. Kevin Bankert got sideways. We'll take a look at that in a few moments here as Nathan Finnegan, like you said, out to about a half a second lead. Adam Ball running in 5th place. Zachary King in that 47. Pretty good looking paint scheme.
We're at lap number 60 of 180. Now, if you're keeping up with the real race, I know you got it on the background. Stage 2 is now 22 laps of the scheduled 90 and stage number 1. So we're about a third of a stage ahead, a stage and a third ahead of the actual cup race. So
I have no idea why that wasn't a caution flag. See it on board with hand over fist. You see the incident happening. He comes back up the racetrack, spins entirely around, and hand over fist. I didn't see Kevin Gunther with that drift job either, but yeah, he's just trying to get it collected in the grass and on the apron. And oh no, that transition got him. These next-gen cars hate that transition between the banking and the apron. It really does not grip well, and it will... I mean, we've seen it at tracks like Texas, Vegas. You get loose coming up off of the corner. You go down, you clip that apron, that transition there, you're more than likely spinning back up the racetrack.
Well, here we are back out here at the live picture, and Jeff Dillon out of Queen City Racing at QCR number 52, Queen City, and he's chasing down Bentley Glazer, who will make appearances at the WSRL from time to time, and well.
Speaking of WSRL, it looks like it's time for me to get some practice in. I'm going to be running Michigan. Which means Alan is going to be taking his normal spot on the racetrack and handing it over to me. I'll be handing over my regular spot in the booth. Right over there to Alan Bergen. Look at that drive there by Travis Gilbert getting into the quarter. He sent it in there, and he's got position over Smith. Doesn't have the exit, though. Smith able to get back clear. That's a battle for 7th place.
Oh, man.
Working lap 65, now 66. Almost a little contact there as Smith trying to make it to the inside of Zachary King. He's got a better run coming up off of the corner than Travis Gilbert did that last time. He's going to try to send it in on the bottom, slide it up the racetrack. He gets in front of that 47, but slides up a little too wide. Here comes King back to the inside. Travis Gilbert right behind both of them, trying to figure out which one is the right one to pounce on.
Absolutely, here, lap 66. We got us a great battle burn here. Whoa, hello. Hey.
There's a wall there.
There's a wall there. These guys, okay, they're trying to knock it down.
I think that works a little better at Darlington than it does here.
I mean, I can't see getting a Nashville stripe, but I can see getting a Darlington stripe. But Travis Gilbert, nonetheless, underneath the 51 car. They're side by side. And I believe Zachary King has changed his number.
Yeah, he's 47.
51.
Oh, is he?
He's 51 this week.
I already refreshed.
That's okay.
My timing and scoring shows 47, but we want to make sure everybody's in the right paint schemes here. Some of them starting to load back in here. Travis Gilbert in the 3. Nathan Finnegan out to about a 3/4 second lead over Jacob Malone. Patrick Colby up in 3rd place. Adam Ball and Scott Tompkins round out your top 5. Jacob Smith in 6th place. Travis Gilbert, Zachary King, Justin Bissonette, and Bentley Glazer. Yeah, I'm still seeing the 47 Murtis design, so might have to take a quick commercial break and try to get that taken care of.
Either that or I'm in the wrong.
Refresh yours and see what happens. Mike Grinnell looking at the inside of Jeff Dillon. Dillon gonna go way wide, try to take a wide arc and defend from that 55. A little bit wider than the 52 maybe wanted to go there though, and no, Mike Grinnell able to get a nose in front into turn number 3. Bentley Glazer, Justin Bissonette side by side coming up off of turn number 4. And don't look now, but the 39 car, he's ready to get himself back up into the top 10.
Well, meanwhile, as we are working through stage number 2, we are just about halfway through stage number 2 and well on our way to the century mark. And we are almost all the way into the darkness and under the lights.
Just about. We've got a little bit of sunset still coming through here, poking through down the back straightaway, but that sun's just about gone, and that's going to change this racetrack. They're still side by side. This is a battle for a top 10 spot. Jake Rebel led a ton of laps early, had to pit before the end of stage number 1, went down a lap, now is back in the top 10. What a recovery drive as Bissonette tries to get back to his inside, right up onto his rear bumper.
And Nathan Finnegan doing Nathan Finnegan thing. Here comes Justin Bissonette giving Jacob Rowell the business.
Yeah, Finnegan out to the tune of 1.4 seconds right now.
Now that's sitting high, wide, and handsome.
Jacob Smith still under fire from Travis Gilbert. We know how hard it is to make a pass here. Gilbert looks down to the inside, trying to get some clean air to the left front. Up the racetrack goes the 4, and that's going to allow Travis a good opportunity down to the inside to try to take away that 6th position. He's got a nose out front. Gets into the corner much better. Now Smith going to try to cross him back over, but touches that apron, and that scrubs some speed.
Yeah, that's going to scrub speed, and well on our way to another 50 lap into the stage number 2. Jacob Smith battling hard here Coming under fire, actually, from the 47 car. From the, well, you were right. I was wrong. It's not the 51. It's 47. And it's the 4 versus 47.
Hey, we just want to make sure that everybody's in the right paint schemes while they're on our show, because it'd be really sucky if somebody had a special paint scheme and was misrepresented in a time that they wanted to really show off their paint. So anytime anybody ever sees anything wrong with a paint scheme that's supposed to be on there, let us know. We'll by all means do our due diligence and try to make sure it doesn't show up wrong. But if we do make a mistake, we do appreciate a call out, a criticism.
Absolutely.
Some guy named Brian Mark Smith, I don't know who he is. He said it's just not the same without the 78 out there. I don't know. I guess he's a fan.
He's a fan, a point leader. I assume he's on a beach somewhere watching
I hope
this
so,
race.
man. I hope he's relaxed. Hope he's having a
Ryan,
good time.
Look, we love our viewership, but go. Oh.
No. Keep watching. Look at Zach King. Move to the outside of Jacob Smith. Root Jacob on.
We like to have fun.
Zach with a good run coming up off of the corner. Jake Rowell going to try to follow suit as well. Jake into 9th. Now looking to get into 8th with a deep dive into turn number 3. Jacob Smith going to just let him go. Doesn't look like that 4 is fighting too hard.
You know, I think I got to the bottom of a 1.5 mystery here with the Icon Cup Series. You know, occasionally, so I'm gonna peel the curtain back. So last year in the live chat, we were always greeted with the free Vinny situation. And, you know, at WSRL, we got, Justin Michael, who occasionally pops in. I think Vinny and Justin Michael are one and the same. Just saying.
Well, that's a theory.
I'm sending up the helicopters.
Justin Bissonette making a move down to the inside of Jacob Smith. Going to get him up into the top 10. Justin looking to get stage points. 2 stages in a row here. Nathan Finnegan looking to get stage wins. 2 stages in a row here. And he's been one of the quickest cars on track every single time. That time by, he gained a good 3/10 on Jacob Malone. Jake Ruel looking to the outside of Zachary King. If you want to beat the guy who's passed more cars than anybody today, you're going to have to do a little bit better than that, says car number 47. Runs a little bit wide there through 1 and 2. That allows the center to go in the way of the 39. But that exit from that middle lane up just really, really works in the favor of whoever is on the outside. Oh, man, King got a little bit loose there. Had to chase it up the track just a touch.
I think Brian Swift is crew chiefing from his vacation spot. The 49, the 4 and 39, you got to get up there. Says it's unacceptable.
Oh, 39 looking down to the inside. Brian Smith of Rowell Smith Racing. Of course, he's going to have some opinions on what those guys are doing out there. But I tell you what, they made a call to stay out and an early caution. Jacob Smith made the gamble work. He was able to make it to the end of the stage without pitting. Jake Rowell, he tried to wait for cautions and lead it to the end. Trouble for Cody Eldred, 32, around down pit road.
He just Cletus McFarland to pit road.
Well, we'll take a look,
We
see
saw
what
that
happened
last
here. Right on board. Oh, man, that must have been a late call to pit. Still in the pit lane. Nathan Finnegan still leading by about 2 seconds now. So far, it's been an odd stage number 2. We've had a couple of incidents that have not brought out the caution. Jake Orwell finally able to get around Zachary King. $13 to go here in stage number 2, and nobody has made a pit stop yet. We got the green with about 46 to go. We heard 41 was roughly the range. Doesn't really look like anybody's saving, especially those drivers up front, Alan. What are the odds we see these guys come in for a splash and go before the end?
I mean, you could run it on the Maxwell House strategy and get every last drop, but no, I think we're going to see some guys do a splash and go at the end. Then we're going to see those guys and see who can get to the end and try to, you know, maybe make it to the pit road before they run out of gas.
Things starting to heat up here. Coming up off of turn number 4, there's Scott Tompkins going down to the inside of Travis Gilbert. Cody Eldred back out onto the racetrack. Jake Ramel looking out of the inside of Travis Gilbert. Scott just in front as they're working through the lap traffic. Look at this battle coming up off of turn number 4. The 39 try to side draft the 3 down the backstretch. He dives it in deep, looks down to the inside of Scott. They're 3 wide here in turns 3 and 4. Still
Nobody
3 wide. They're leaning
in.
on each other. They're leaning on each other. They're crashing. Scott Tompkins down the front straightaway. He's going to save it. My goodness. I thought that was the wreck.
I thought that was a stage.
Well, we
They're
still got
like
10
the
laps
last
to go
lap.
here in the stage. They're beating and banging down the back straightaway. Zachary King and Travis Gilbert. Jake Rowell was able to get up to the top 5 here in pit stops. Coming up here pretty quick for some of these drivers, though. Bissonette comes in. Scott Tompkins comes in. Finnegan still out front. He's got 3.1 seconds over Jacob Malone.
Checking in while we pit stops are beginning. Checking in here on the St. Louis Cardinals and Cubs game on Sunday Night Baseball. Cardinals are up 5-1 as Bregman just went yard on Dobbins, our relief pitcher. So, you know.
And Shane Van Gisbergen is leading the Cup race, of course.
You know, as we check in on this on these races and stuff, SVG
Here
his
comes
old
Royal
skills
into
are
the
getting
pits.
better.
Sorry, Alan. He's got Jacob Malone in front of him, Travis Gilbert behind him. Jeff Dillon, he's got damage down the back straightaway.
Pit road being net slick, coming off the hot concrete on the cold asphalt, but hot tires. It's a combination that you're not ready for, really.
No, you're really not. A lot of guys taking 4 tires here, and it looks like the call is going to be take 4 tires, come to the end of the stage, stay out, and then split the last one.
Okay. Adam Ball has a better time getting on pit road.
Ball into the pits leaves Matt Everett in the lead. Jacob Smith in second, and I wonder if Jacob has been trying to save fuel here. to make it to the end of the stage.
We got 5 laps to go, and Jacob Smith, he's one of those drivers that's fairly good at saving fuel. Now, Matt Everett's in the pits, so he's going to turn the race lead over to Jacob Smith. Nathan Finnegan about 5 seconds behind us. Battle 4 to go here in stage number 2 as we are working our way to lap 100. Then we're going to have an 80-lap run. So if you're going to split the stage in half, you're going to come in at lap 40 and then do a 40-lap run to the end.
Yeah, basically, it's going to be a little bit tough on you, but these guys have run as far as they can on fuel before, and they see what's happened with the tires in that stage of the race. Still watching Jacob Smith here, coming to 3 laps to go. He is so slow. Nathan Finnegan going to come by and take the race lead.
Is he out of fuel?
I don't think he's out. I think he's just trying to make it to the end.
Nathan Finnegan just passed him like he's sitting still.
To be fair, he almost was. Jacob Malone able to get around Smith as well. 2 laps to go here in stage number 2. Still 16 drivers on the lead lap. Mostly everybody who's not on the lead lap has been involved in some sort of incident. There's Jeff Dillon down there. He's got plenty of damage. That car is slow right now. He had some contact on the back straightaway.
Well, Jacob Smith is hanging on to 3rd right now, and so we end stage 1. Pits are closed, so Jeff Dillon trying to nurse that car to end in stage 2.
Nathan Finnegan wins stage number 2 over Jacob Malone, Adam Ball. Caution's going to come out. Jacob Smith should be able to come home in 4th. So without making a pit stop, Jacob Smith in the 4 comes home in 4th, right in front of Jake Rowell, who came in on lap 93. Differing strategies working out. We're going to go ahead and step side by side. We'll be right back with some more incredible action here. The final 80 laps here from Nashville.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Back live here in Nashville, ready to rock and rumble for the final stage. Alan, we've got Nathan Finnegan out front, Adam Ball to his outside. What can we expect?
Nathan Finnegan, they got there an early jump, and then Ball with the hurricane force winds and that hurricane force NOS and that cup car. And as we get ready to come back to Green Flag Racing, Finnegan and Ball on the front row, while Travis Gilbert in row number 2 through the Echo Park restart zone we go. Let's get the dance partner. Go to stage 3 racing. 77 laps to go here from Nashville.
Finnegan going to try to get clear. Ball trying to stay as wide as he can, keep his momentum so he can stay side by side with that 6. But here comes Rowell down to the inside, trying to make it 3 wide for second. Slides up, clears the 3. Now he's side by side with the 19 as Finnegan starts to drive away again.
Nathan Finnegan out to a 0.2 of a second lead. Rowell, Ball gonna battle hard for second position. Here comes the 3 car of Travis Gilbert. He's wanting to get his name in the mix.
Yeah, he's really trying to make something happen as Rowell drives it in deep. Adam Ball does as well up on the outside, trying to make something happen. These fresh tires who really want to run that inside lane, utilize that grip. Little bit of contact there between the 19 and the 3 down the back straightaway. Everybody going to be able to continue on okay. Don't look now, but Justin Bissonette, he's up in 5th. He's been a quiet contender up in the top 10 all night. Oh, man, a lot of guys hit that wall right there. One guy hit it, and everybody followed him.
Funny how that works here in iRacing. One guy hits the wall, and then 2 other guys hit it. But nonetheless, you were saying Justin Bissonette battling Adam Ball for 4th position. You know, talking to Shane Cochran, who's back there in 12th, I really feel like this is his night to really eat his way. He's really in the hunt for that for a spot in the chase.
Yeah, every point matters throughout the course of this season, and Justin Bissonette trying to get as many as he can at the end. He got himself some stage points at the end of the first 2. Now he wants to maximize on his gains. He knows he's got a fast car. There's a lot of fast cars around him. That's the downside of having a fast car and driving it well. Is that you're going to have a lot of guys right up on your rear bumper trying to take that spot away from you.
Yes, we are. Here we go. The 2026 point standings right now. That's not right. That's not what we need to. Yeah, right now Brian Smith up to, leading this piece of looking here. Shane Cochran is at 196. So 20 points out of the playoff right now. So he's real close to getting in there. And here's the thing, once you trigger in drop weeks, Brian Smith could probably take a month off and still be ahead of Jacob Malone by 180 points.
You heard that, Brian?
Oh, he knows. He knows. But taking a look at some other noticeable drivers. Our Daytona winner there in 4th position, the Rocket Zach Lockett, who also is not in the field tonight. So there's going to be a shakeup here in the points for sure. And Travis Gilbert, who is in the field, he's going to more than likely leapfrog over Ryan Patty for that 6th position in the points.
Shane Cochran able to get a couple there with Chris Camber and Mike Grinnell trying to follow through. It looked like Gunther and the 28 of Colby potentially made some contact. I saw the Colby machine getting up wide off of turn number 2. I'm not sure who got into him, but I did hear an apology on the radio, so some contact was evident. But that allows Shane Cochran, Chris Camber to get up into the top 10. For how long, though? Because these guys look hungry behind them. This is a snarling group of cars.
Yeah, did you say that? You know, you got the 31 car, Kevin Gunther there, and he's currently riding 12th. Shane Cochran up to 9th though, and he's the mad scientist behind all the tools that Liam and I get to use on a weekly basis here with the Icon Cup Series on Sim Racing Media. And do us a favor
with what he does.
Oh yeah, I was gonna remind everybody, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Also hit those bell notifications. That way, if you're a fan of Icon Cup Series of Racing Action, every time we come on the air, well, you'll be notified.
Oh yeah, we've got some great shows throughout the week. We got WSRL, EOL, ECR, Icon. Love to have you on board.
Well, don't forget to join us on Wednesday night with the EOL Cup Series, and you know they're going to be racing with Heavy Hearts on Wednesday night as Chris Hupka's father had passed away this morning. So prayers go out to Chris Hupka. And
I did not know that. I'm so sorry. Thoughts and prayers to the family there. That's a tough situation.
Yeah, and I literally just read about it myself, so. You know, thoughts and prayers to Hubka and his family, and we're thinking of you here. We're, like I said, we're going to be racing with Heavy Hearts on Wednesday night, but you can join Liam and I up in the booth, or on on Sim Racing Media.
Yeah, we'll have to do something for him there. Ooh, Jacob Malone getting right to the back of Bissonette. Bissonette got loose coming up off of the corner.
But nonetheless, 64 laps to go here from Nashville in the Icon Cup Series.
I'd say we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, but nobody's had anything for Nathan Finnegan all day. He took the lead early on in the first stage and basically drove away from there. We'll take a look at our lap leaders as we move this TZO just a little bit. Oh, up into the wall goes Bissonette. Hard into the wall. He's around.
Right. Oh, Shane Cochran's eye just got about 10 inches in diameter.
On the apron, no caution yet. He's going to be able to drive it away. Does the caution come out? We stay green.
I mean, good heads-up driving tonight by all these drivers. And well... Nathan Finnegan not exactly running away with this thing with a 1.37 second lead. There's the eyeball test to the 39 car of Jake Rowell. Yeah, Travis Gilbert almost 2 seconds behind.
He's not explicitly running away with this thing, but he is just a couple hundredths quicker per lap, and that is enough to drive away. See if we can go back and take a look at what happened there to the 06 once again from a different angle. We saw him get hard into the wall. Oh, there was contact there from Jacob Malone.
Definitely contact. And, well, he's going to get it spun around. And, I mean, really only 2 cautions for calls here tonight.
Take a look on board here with the 54. Yeah, he just shoved him in there. Oof. Nathan Finnegan leads by 1.6 seconds over Jake Rowell with 60 laps to go, 59 laps to go.
Yeah, 59 laps to go. The sun's still, well, I mean, we're almost in total darkness, but what a sunset here in Nashville in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful here. You can see this wall camera. You see as the sun goes down, it's nothing better than racing, getting dark at night. Finnegan continues to lead. It's 1.8 seconds now. Meanwhile, Jacob Malone catches up to Zachary King. Trying to get himself up into the top 5.
And 1.82 seconds is the gap between Finnegan and Rowell.
Side by side here is the 54 and 47. Race for 5th place. Working lap 124 here in Nashville. Jake Christenberry has gotten his car fixed. He's back out onto the racetrack.
Just checking in here with the Roll World Cup race. So we are just about halfway through stage number 3. We're still in stage number, I believe, stage 1 in the Roll World race. And man, the right side of those next gen cars, there's a lot of major components that can go wrong when you scrape the wall with these cars in the Roll World.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, man, these cars, they can take a beating in the right spots, but if you hit them in the wrong spot, they will definitely turn on you.
Well, 54 laps to go to stage 3, and we're still not even to the end of stage 1 in the Roll World race. So after this, be sure to head over to Amazon Prime and catch stage 2 and 3 from Nashville.
Yeah, I know I said no spoilers, but I did give you guys one spoiler earlier. I wasn't lying when I said SVG was in the lead.
No, he had the lead for a good while.
He defended from Larson. That was fun to watch. You guys should go back and watch that when you guys are done with this race. I'm an SVG fan, and I tell you what, man, once he gets it down on ovals, I think he's going to be a Cup champion. Obviously, the road course thing is enough to show his driver ability, but the way that he has adapted to ovals over the last 3 short years has really been incredible to watch.
I mean, he just gets better and better each time out. It's like he learns a little bit each time he goes out.
It's like
I go back to Juan Pablo Montoya.
He's got like the learning capability of a child. Like, he just takes everything in, and then as an adult, like, applies it. Like, I don't know, man. This man's brain just figures things out in such a way when it comes to a race car. It has been incredible to watch. And, well, Nathan Finnegan's been doing that type of stuff all day. And that's been pretty incredible to watch, too. Like I said, we looked at our lap leaders a little bit earlier, and then we saw the contact there with Bissonette, but now we double-check on that. 89 laps led by 90 now by car number 6, Nathan Finnegan. 50 laps to go. I think he wants to lead the last 50. I think he wants to make it a clean 140. Next place is Jake Rowell, who by now could not catch up to Nathan Finnegan. He has clinched the most laps led here at lap 131.
Do we dare call it a shellacking yet?
I don't know what that means, but if it means ass whooping, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it means. Well, Liam, next Sunday night we go to your favorite track, Michigan.
I love
for 100
Michigan.
You love use of Michigan for 120 laps. And then on the 14th we go to Pocono. Then we do a little California swing on June 21st and June 28th with the Auto Club in Sonoma. And then July 5th, the day after the 4th of July, 160 laps at Chicagoland. And then we go into I call July and August the meat and potatoes of the summer. July 12th, we go to Echo Park Speedway. And then July 19th, we go to short track racing at North Wilkesboro. And then we go to your favorite track on July 26th for the Brickyard. 96 laps of the Brickyard. And then
we've got ourselves a tough stretch coming up on us. I mean,
yes.
you talk about a couple tracks, obviously Michigan next week. That's going to be a fun one. These guys are going to be able to use a lot of power, use a lot of grip, make a lot of runs happen. It's going to be an exciting one to watch. But then you talk about tracks like Fontana, which I know is a similar style to Michigan, but that track is so worn out, so abrasive. Those tires wear down. You can run it like Michigan for a lap or two, but then you really have to ease your car through those corners, and that's what's going to prevail at the end of those runs. Then you talk Sonoma. Dog, that is one of the most difficult racetracks I've ever had to deal with the elevation changes that you have to deal with going up through those corners. A lot of those corners are at the tippy top of hills, too, so they can really upset the shifting weight of the car, or the shifting weight of the car, I should say, could really upset the race car. Indy is no joke. Pocono is no joke. Chicagoland, that's going to be a blast for everybody coming back.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the next month in a nutshell here on Sim Racing Media. And I mean, each week we get closer and closer to the chase. And I mean, look, they've even kept the Charlotte Roval. Now the real world Charlotte is back to an oval. Icon has kept it at a Roval.
And I tell you what, I think it's a great thing for the NASCAR Cup Series. On Sunday afternoon, that's going to be a great race to watch. But these guys, they have what it takes to get it done at the Roval. We've got different rules in our racing for road racing, and it creates different challenges. Obviously, there's no cautions, so that means you have to be perfect. We'll see those stage breaks, so if you make a mistake, you might get a mulligan, but if somebody out in front doesn't make a mistake, dog, it's over.
Oh yeah, you want to be Bennett and not in it. That's right now. Nathan Finnegan out to a 5-second lead, 42 laps to go. And Liam, here we are at that time again, where you want to be first to pit last.
Yeah, but how early can you do it? I mean, we're starting to get into that fuel window where guys can start to risk it.
I mean, do you just? I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if you're Jacob Smith, you already know you can go 50 laps and make it a 30-lap run to the end.
Yeah, but then you would have to push really hard in that last run there, and from 8th place, 9 seconds back, that's going to be a tough ask.
I mean, and that's the part is, do you pit a lap? Do you pit midway through the 40s? And because right now it's a 40-lap.
We're hearing guys are coming into the pits now. We talked about 41 laps. These guys last came in at 102, so I would say 143, 144 is probably as far as they can go. Given the fact that we've been green flagged this whole time, I haven't seen anybody explicitly saving. Finnegan is out to a 5-second lead as Jake Rowell comes in. Oh, Jacob Malone goes around.
No caution yet, please stay green.
He's going to keep it straight. But he missed the pits. He stays on the racetrack, loses a ton of race time.
Well, we've seen this before. Same song, first verse, or second verse, same as the first. Nathan Finnegan. Oh, textbook pit road entry.
Adam Ball comes in. Jacob Smith going to stay out. Like you said, we've seen him stay out longer than anybody else, but we know he was hardcore fuel saving at the end of stage number 2. Can he potentially run it a little bit long and take advantage of these guys making a pit stop? Or do we see a caution as we got somebody sideways coming up off of the corner? Might have been Brock Hersey.
Maybe.
Somebody was sideways coming up off of the pit lane then. Well, Jacob Malone going to stay out now. Probably going to try to stay out as long as he can and hope for a caution flag.
Yeah, Jacob Malone gonna. 37 laps to go. Are we seeing him gonna pull off the? Well, he's on pit road.
Yeah, now Malone's coming in as well. So Nathan Finnegan will re-inherit the race lead. Jake Rowell about 4 seconds back. He gained a little bit on that pit cycle.
So Liam, we're watching this race as a night race. How much different do you think that this race would be if it was ran, per se, in the daytime? Would we be talking about a different race here, different tire strategies?
I mean, I think a little bit. I think if it was hotter, the tires would wear down more. But with the concrete surface and it being iRacing, I don't see the track getting super greasy like it would if it was asphalt. And you know, it's not as easy in iRacing for the groove to move up as it is in the Cup Series, because, you know, these guys lay down rubber in a concrete track and then they pick it up, and, you know, when you pick up that rubber, it makes your car, I mean, it takes away grip. And when you can get into a spot that's clear of the rubber, it's better grip, because, you know, you're gripped to the concrete.
Definitely 35 laps to go. And the Cup race on Prime is about 6 laps to the end of stage number 1.
Yeah, we've had a couple of yellows in that race, so in case anybody's tuning in while they're racing, you've still got plenty of Cup race to watch by the time we're done with this.
Don't watch Prime while you're driving.
Well, it's probably in their ears. They're not watching. They're responsible drivers. No texting and driving, no priming and driving. Nathan Finnegan doing a great job of that with a 4-second lead here with 35 laps to go. Ball is still working over Zachary King, trying to make something happen here in the top 5. Zachary King, your hard charger of the race, up 20 positions.
32 laps to go. 33 laps, sorry. This time by Nathan Finnegan. Probably wishes that Brian Smith had more off weeks.
I'm sure
right
everybody
now
does. But this week looks to be Nathan Finnegan. All week, I mean, he has been so strong in practice. He qualified on the pole. He's led 100 and some laps already today. Phenomenal drive out of the 6 so far.
I mean, this is what I would call hitting through the cycle. Let's go with that baseball analogy.
I don't know, man. I feel like he's gone 4 for 4 home runs, and his team's leading 16-0.
That's an even better one.
Yeah, well, let's say maybe 16-3.
Okay.
Because, I mean, Rowell was able to lead for a while. We had some guys out front. Rowell, actually, when he took the lead in that first stage, after everybody made pit stops and he stayed out, he was able to utilize that clean air and drive away from Nathan Finnegan. So, I mean, I know this is a very important track for clean air, but it does lead me to question, if that 39 was able to get in front of the 6, would Finnegan be able to get back around it? Finnegan's obviously the quicker car right now. He's putting down quick lap times. He's leading by the tune of 4.3 seconds. But would it be a different story with a different driver in that clean air?
Absolutely. Here, 30 laps to go. Checking in here with the birds and the Cubby Bears, and the tarps have come off at Busch Stadium with a 4-run lead over the Chicago Cubs, and the top of the 8th.
Well, with that update and 29 laps to go, we're going to go ahead and step aside for our final break. Be right back with the finish here in Nashville.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Back live here, 22 laps to go in Nashville. Nathan Finnegan leads by 5 seconds over Jake Rowell, Travis Gilbert in third place, Zachary King, then Adam Ball. He's defending from Jacob Smith.
There's 22 laps left in the books here, and it's all Nathan Finnegan all night. You know, we've done use a bunch of baseball references, and you know, these guys are being even keeled 5 seconds ahead of the Jake Rowell in that number 4 car. Meanwhile, Travis Gilbert, it's going to take a caution to bunch that top 3 right back up.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a caution for anybody to have anything for Nathan Finnegan, and even then, he has been so stout on these restarts. 20 laps to go. Just don't know if there's any getting around that 6.
I mean, that 6 found out we were racing in Michigan, and he's already halfway there.
Jacob Malone in front of Patrick Colby now. Less than 20 laps to go.
Yeah, 18 laps to go, to be a matter of fact, and Jacob Ruel, you know, that gap between Finnegan and Ruel has just absolutely stabilized.
Yeah, I mean, it's right around 5.2, but at this stage of the game, stabilizing is, you know, that is all Nathan Finnegan right there, just making sure that he's got everything he needs and doesn't push himself any further than he has to.
Well, as we are near the end of this one, I want to thank everybody for joining us here in the YouTube.com live chat. Hope everybody had a blast here tonight, because I know we did, as we are working our way to lap 180 to settle this one. And
Adam Ball, Jacob Smith, and Zachary King all up each other's bumpers, trying to make something happen here in the top 5. Zachary King, our biggest mover of the day. He's passed 20 cars for position from the start of this race. Probably been more with the back and forth. He wants to hold on to that. Adam Ball wants to find himself another spot forward, but he definitely doesn't want to lose his top 5 position to Jacob Smith.
no, he doesn't. He doesn't, you know. Just what a great drive by the number 47 car up there in fourth, one spot out of the podium. The race would end right now. $15 laps to go. 1-5. We are nearing the end of this one, and well, if you're Jake Ruel, the interval's coming down just slightly. Starting to catch.
Yeah, I mean, it's down below 5 seconds now, but it is just too little too late. He would have to be able to gain almost half a second per lap to be able to make that happen. And just don't see it happening here. Adam Ball is still working over that 47. Jacob Smith has dropped off of this battle a little bit. However, Bentley Glazer is starting to show up as well.
Well, just as we talked about the interval coming back down, Nathan Finnegan is going to pull away once again from the 39 car. He's now got a 5.19 second lead. We'll call it 5.5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, with 13 laps to go, it's really reliant on a yellow flag and potentially some sort of shakeup on pit road. Adam and Zachary getting super close here, coming up off of the corner. Jacob Smith starting to close in on them, and Bentley Glazer seeing all this happen in front of him. He's a big fan. He's got a good seat. Likes the ticket he bought.
Most definitely. 12 laps to go. We got a dozen left here from Nashville.
Not missing much up front. Still a 5.3 second lead for Nathan Finnegan.
Well, we're not missing anything up front.
Then it's another 6 seconds back to third place, Travis Gilbert.
Yeah, what a run for Shane Cochran, though. You know, down one spot, started 11. He's solidly in the top 12, you know, running 12th. Not, you know, he hasn't done anything egregious. He's on the lead lap. He's running all the laps with 10 laps to go. And, I mean, he's 22 seconds back, but he's still making it happen out there in the 86 car.
So King's starting to drive away from these guys. Blazer's trying to run a little bit wider of a line to get some fresh air, clean air to his car. Mike Grinnell trying to close in on Patrick Colby here within the final 10 laps. 8 laps to go for Nathan Finnegan. Grinnell getting a little bit of a run through the middle of the corner, but it negates itself coming up off. Patrick Colby able to put the power down just a little bit earlier than the 55. Look at how deep the 55 drives into the corner. That's why the 28 gets the power down quick.
7 laps to go. This time by for Nathan Finnegan, who, barring an internet connection issue or, you know, he loses packets or anything of that nature, I'm willing to bet it's safe to say that, well, he's well on his way. He's inserted the flux capacitor and set the time machine for victory lane.
Yeah, and with the drive he's put on tonight, it looks like he could go there whenever he wants to. Grinnell gets around Colby.
Half dozen left.
Grinnell goes way up the racetrack. Colby gets the opportunity to try to side draft him down the back straightaway. Not enough of a run. He's going to send it in a little bit deeper than we're used to seeing that 28 go. He's going to put the power down when he's used to and close back in on that 55 coming up off of the corner.
Especially with 4 laps to go.
Four more times around.
We got 3 laps to go now. 3 laps to go. It's all Nathan Finnegan, Jake Rowell, Travis Gilbert. That's your podium, barring anything happens that's egregious. Now, if coming down to get popsicle sticks this time by, now it's 3 laps to go. Sorry. I just Steve Harvey disgrace.
No, you were absolutely right here. Nathan Finnegan coming up off of turn 4, getting the popsicle sticks. 2 more laps to go. It has been an incredibly dominant race here for Nathan. And I know we've spent the last 40 or so laps watching almost everybody but Nathan. But he's been able to get himself out to a 6-second lead here over this long green flag run. Through a green flag pit stop that a driver named Jake Rowell gained 2 seconds on him during that green flag cycle. He kept his head down. He's able to continue to increase that gap. At this point, Nathan Finnegan is just on cruise control with 1.3 miles left in this race. Jake Rowell
coming off.
Sorry.
Coming off of turn number 2 for the final time.
Yeah, Jake Rowell has had himself a phenomenal race as well. Led a ton of laps at first, but that pit stop at the end of stage number 1 was something he could not recover from. Nathan Finnegan, however, hasn't had to recover from anything. Started up front, finishes up front. Nathan Finnegan wins in Nashville.
From the pole, Jacob Rowell finishes second, and Travis Gilbert up 16 spots. But the driver I want to shout out, our hard driver tonight, Zachary King, finishes 20 spots ahead of where he started.
Is he in the chat? Because I want to talk to him if we can. Doesn't look like he is, so that's all right. But Nathan gets it done here. Now he is going to burn it down. He got into the wall. Nathan
I
Finnegan, your race winner in Nashville.
Well, he's doing that one for Brian Smith.
Nathan Finnegan gets it done here today. Let's see if we can get our race winner an interview in just a moment here. All right. Took a few moments here. Took a few moments, but Nathan Finnegan, you got it done here tonight. It's Liam and Alan up in the booth. First off, how are you feeling, man?
Feeling pretty good, guys. The 6 for Island College Chevrolet was definitely hooked up tonight. I mean, I was probably about as good of a drive as we could have had. I feel like we've been kind of snake bit earlier on this year with a number of different strategy calls and just us just not getting the job done, unfortunately. And to bring it home tonight feels good to get the monkey off our back this season and get one.
Well, not only did you get one, you got one in dominating fashion. You led the most laps by far, and it really seemed like once you got that clean air, you were unbeatable. What was the difference between the clean air and the dirty air? I know you were kind of caught behind the 39 in the first stage, but what is the difference between clean air and dirty air at a track like Nashville?
Yeah, it's tough because unlike real life where they can run kind of multi groove here and there in the corners, here on the sim it's you have to run basically the bottom or like the second groove is half a lane to a full lane up the track on entry, and you can kind of cut the wheel to help with that stuff to get a different entry and get a different run off. But yeah, if you're stuck behind the car in front of you, you can't really do much of anything. You mentioned that kind of at the beginning of the run with the 39, and just yeah, I ran Jake down a little bit and just couldn't get around him, and then knew track position was going to be important tonight.
Well, you seem to be about the only guy. Obviously, you got the lead early on and didn't look back, but you seem to be the only guy who's able to increase that gap and pull away. You also had the fastest lap of the race. You had the fastest lap in qualifying. You were the quickest guy all weekend. What goes into that, and who do you want to thank for such a strong 6 car this week?
Big shout out to the CCR, ECR guys, always helping out with race strategy, decision making, especially when we're behind the wheel and put our minds together to figure out what might be the best move and when. And, big shout out to my parents for tuning in, my wife, and, everybody back at the shop, and what you guys do each and every week for us in the broadcast booth. Appreciate you guys being here.
Well, awesome stuff, man. Hell of a drive. Congrats on the win. And well, I almost feel like you've got a 2-lap lead at Michigan next week. What you got for us there?
No, I wish that was the case. The 78's bad fast at Michigan. Brian wasn't here tonight. Curious to see how that would have played out if he did make an appearance, but I know it was tough with our schedule aligning with the real life cup schedule, so a little bit of a smaller field than what we're usually used to at the Icon Cup Series. Yeah, looking forward to next week in Michigan. Really fun track. Arrow's going to be a challenge again, but again, like as the run goes on there, the track's wide enough you can really kind of arc different entries and different grooves and different lanes, and it should be fun. Always enjoy going to that place.
Well, awesome stuff, man. Congrats again on the win. We'll be talking to you again soon, I'm sure.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
It was race winner Nathan Finnegan. Next, we're going to bring in second place Jake Rowell. Alan, think you got him.
Yep, down on pit road with Jake Rowell. Jake, a second or almost a 5-second deficit back to Nathan Finnegan. Take us to that race and what work you needed to catch that 6 car.
Yeah, it was a good race. Obviously, was just really annoyed at myself. Stage 1, whenever that first yellow came out, me and my teammate Jacob Smith ended up staying out, thinking we'd get more yellows and be able to make it without giving up track position, and that just threw everything upside down. Obviously had a pit like 5 laps to go in stage 1, and then that made me have to get the wave around for the start of stage 2, and then was able to drive all the way through the field up to 5th at the end of stage 2, and then just dirty air. Whenever the lights came on here and this thing got to night, it did not feel like it did at all, and was slot car, 1 lane, tight, aero blocking, and it was just a long night, but it was a good race, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Next week we go to Michigan, and what are you expecting out of that track there at Michigan that might help propel you to possibly getting a race win?
Yeah, Michigan's my hometown track. I'm originally from that area, so I feel like I always have good runs there, but we shall see. Obviously, that track, these cars, is always a good time. I'm sure it's going to turn into a fuel mileage race there with the next gen car, so it should be a good time, and we'll see what RSR and all the boys we can come up with there. But I'm sure it's going to be 3-4 wide, massive runs, things like that. So MIS is always fun.
Well, hey, before we get you out of here, who do you want to thank who helps you get done on that 39 car?
Yep, got to thank everyone on RSR, Brian Smith, Jacob Smith, Mike Taylor, Matt Everetts. Obviously, Anthony Tizio and Tizio Designs for cooking up this great paint scheme. First race in the new 39 Dark Horse Ford Mustang. It looks badass with Daytona International Speedway and the Coke Zero Sugar 400. So that's where I work. And it looks really good with the Ryan Newman 39 Stuart Haas. So shout out to Anthony Tizio. Go check him out for any paints or 3D printed diecast. Yeah, obviously all of them, you guys on the broadcast, and the last couple of weeks have been inching further and further up the finishing order. So maybe next week we can finally get the first dub in the Icon Cup Series.
Yeah, congratulations and making the switch from the bow tie to the Ford fraternity. Congratulations on that second place finish. Liam, back up to you in the booth.
And now we're going to bring in Travis Gilbert. Travis, it's Liam up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, Liam. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. I tell you what, man. These guys up front we just talked to, they had an easy day. Guy who won started in first. Guy who finished second started in fourth. You started in 19th and got up onto the podium. What was it like passing all these cars? I know dirty air is tough and track position is key. So what was it like for you getting through all of this traffic?
It's a fight. It's a battle, you know, and having 60% fuel means that's 40% less fuel that you have to worry about on a long run and stuff like that. So you can not go complete 100% the whole time, but for the most part, everybody can. And most people know that. So they race their guts out, will side draft you and put you in bad positions and then get mad at you when you want to return a little favor to them for doing the same thing. So I don't know. It's racing traffic. It's a car race. When that green flag goes in the air, everybody wants to be the first one to the checkered flag. So it's not easy with this package, with this next gen car passing people. Somehow we make it work. A lot of people that are fast, though, once they get to the clean air, like Finnegan was lights out fast. So usually Brian Smith is that way too. So Jacob Malone, Jake Roll was really fast tonight. So, you know, it's just when you got even drivers with even cars. I was just talking to Finnegan about this, waiting for my interview after his. Like, even when you're faster in clean air by 2 or 3 tenths, as soon as you get within about 2 to 3 tenths or 4 tenths of the driver in front, you kind of just stall out and it burns up your right front. You don't got no more turn off exits. So you get tight and you battle. It's a battle. So it's a war zone on the racetrack, but that's why we show up.
Honestly, that's phenomenal insight. I like the way that you put that, talking about, faster cars behind and how much they can tear up the right front. But we're going to a track next week that you're not going to really have to deal with that too much. We got Michigan. It's a wide, sweeping 2-mile oval, a lot of speed, a lot of lanes to run in. What do you think you can bring to the table as we move up north here from Tennessee?
Well, Michigan is my home track. Grew up right down the road from it. So, however, it depends on who's leading and what they do with the line. If the leader stays high, then it's going to be a high line draft fest and it's going to be hard to pass. But if the leader comes off the wall and sneaks us down, to the apron, then we could see some 3, 4, 5 wide down the front stretch, which makes it interesting in the corner because basically you're not going to run the bottom in 1 and 2. You're going to run this first seam off, and then it's just everybody's gonna hunt for clean air after that. And then when you get in 3 and 4, I think every option is viable. You can probably run the wall, run the middle. You're gonna see a lot of people running wherever the car in front of them's not running, and you're gonna see a lot of crazy racing because that track just that draft pulls you, and then when the corner is so big, I mean it's can run 5 wide dang near if everybody could stay true to their lane. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a tough race.
Awesome stuff, man. You finished third here today. Who do you want to thank for helping you get it done and moving forward to next week?
First, I'd like to wish my mom a happy birthday. Her birthday's tomorrow, so love you, Mom. Happy birthday. Sorry we didn't get the win. We'll take a podium and a shout out. Vet to Track, go visit vettotrack.org. Go help veterans who are battling and struggling with battles that we don't see on the outside. A lot of battles that people are facing in today's world are on the inside. So battling PTSD one lap at a time is Vet to Track's model. Jim Whittam and his group of people out there running with the AMA Moto America circuit, helping out people and trying to get veterans and their families away from the everyday battle of PTSD and stress like that. So shout out to them. Love racing their cars and sponsoring them and helping out veterans. My nephews, my niece, my sister, my brother-in-law, my son, my daughter, Terry Tweet, Terry Hudgens, Sit Down Marks podcast presented by DB Broadcasting, like just the Kyle Busch family, like just all the friends, NASCAR, we all lost. It's still hard to believe today that we're watching a NASCAR race without him in it. So just shout out to anybody and everybody who is struggling through something. Like, make sure that you reach out to somebody. So you never know when the last second's out of our hourglass. So tell people that you love them and, try to help out as much as you can. So I appreciate you guys at Sim Racing Media, you and Al, and everything you guys do with the Icon series itself. And I appreciate you guys and giving us a nice platform to race on and come and do this.
Well, awesome stuff, man. Congratulations on the podium, and really love the Vet to Track stuff that you do. Keep bringing that paint scheme back. I will tell you, thought I had everything updated, but for the first couple of laps of this race, maybe first stage and a half, honestly, you were in a playing car. Had to make sure that was right. Get that Vet to Track on the racetrack. So I apologize for that, but I appreciate you bringing that to the track, and I appreciate what that group does.
No worries. Sometimes, Trading Paints doesn't like us and stuff like that. I understand. So it's the benefits and the hecticness and the chaos that we racers and producers go through to race on simulation. So it's part of the battle, right? So I hope did it finally show up?
Oh yeah, no, we got you good.
Okay. All right, just as long as I didn't do something wrong on my part and it did come through, I know how Trading Paints is. So I appreciate you, Liam, and everything you guys do and all the energy and time you guys put into this. So appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are all doing well.
Awesome stuff, man. You too, and thanks for joining us.
All right, have a good night.
Well, it looks like we might have an opportunity here. Get a little special interview. Zach, you got a copy? Zachary King, you got a copy?
I see him, but he's not. I see him lighting up, but we got no sound from him.
Yeah, he might not be here. Well, figured we'd talk to our biggest mover, but he's unavailable at the moment. Which means all we've got left to do is to go through our results. Oh, wrong one. Gonna put Rowdy Forever right over here. Race results for today. Nathan Finnegan wins by 6.3 seconds over Jake Rowell, Travis Gilbert, Zachary King, Adam Ball, Jacob Smith, Bentley Glazer, Kevin Gunther, Jacob Malone, and Mike Grinnell. Rest of the field will scroll through on the bottom right side. 136 laps led for your race winner here today. He has that record. Zachary King, your hard charger, up 20 spots. 10 different lead changes throughout the course of this race. 6 different leaders. 4 cautions for 12 laps. 2 of those were stage breaks, so an incredibly clean race. Gonna finish the Nathan Finnegan sweep with the fastest lap of the race and the fastest lap in qualifying. He was unbeatable here in Nashville. Phenomenal drive here out of the 6. But it's about time for us to call it here. I'm excited to watch this cup race, the rest of it, and hopefully you guys have a great night. As always, gonna close it out with do it for Dale, be like Biff, and always keep it rowdy. As you guys walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Have a good night, folks.